Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric. So behind me is a 2021 Chevy Silverado. Got this truck in, we're doing full front end XPEL paint protection film. So in this video, as you can see, we're going to be going over how to do a bulkhead install. These hoods are pretty difficult to do because you've got valleys on either side. You've got these really sharp valleys in the middle, and then the entire front of the hood is curved. So in this video, I'm going to take you through my method of doing the install on this hood. I haven't done too many of these half-ton bumper or hoods, so hopefully this one goes well. Hopefully you guys take something from it. So let's get rocking. I've got the hood already laid down. Tyson gave me a hand doing that before we started the video. So now all I'm going to do is just lift the film up, and I'm just going to get a bunch of slip solution underneath the adhesive. Got some sticking areas right over there we got to work with. So I'm just going to come over here. There we go. So the key with doing this install is you want to have a ton of slip solution underneath the hood or underneath the film. Which I guess is a no-brainer for any successful install. It's just been a long day and we're probably not thinking straight. Okay, there we go. I think we got a sufficient amount of solution underneath the film. Now I'm just spraying a bunch over the top of the film. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come over here to the back, and what I want to do, I'm going to get the film all the way up to the antenna here. So just going to get some tack solution on the fender, and what I'm going to do is just tack it to the fender. So I don't want to tack it to the hood just yet because I do need the film to be able to maneuver around. So for now, it's just going to be tacked to the fender. Now we're going to go over to the driver's side and do the exact same thing. So right now, all I'm doing is just lifting the film up and pulling it tight. Got a little bit of tack solution underneath there, not a lot. Squeegee that down. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to try and get rid of all these fingers in the front. So as you can see, we got all this built up film over here. We got to figure out a way to get rid of all this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull down on the front corners to get rid of the tension, and then we'll get to squeegeeing. So right now, I'm just going to make sure that nothing's sticking anywhere, and I'm going to tack the film to the grill. So just like so. It doesn't have to look pretty, it just has to be effective. Now as you can see, I stretched across the hood to the driver's side. You got this built up film. Now you want to come over here to the passenger side and try and get rid of that. So now, when I'm pulling this last corner in place, I also want to keep an eye on the film across the front of the hood. Got all tacked down. There we go. Okay, so we've got just a little bit of excess film here, but that's going to be good enough. Now, I'm just going to get my soap solution, spray some more down on the top of the film. What I want to do right now is I want to get this whole front of the hood down first. Now you're probably wondering, if you've seen previous videos, I've always started in the middle and pull all the solution down towards the front. But given that this Silverado, the hood is rounded quite a bit from top to bottom and from side to side, to try and pull with tension across here, to try and pull all of your solutions down, you're going to create a lot of issues over here. So I'm just, now that I can, I'm just going to get this area down right now. So, and then all the film, all the air that's stuck underneath there, I'm going to push that all out the back. So I'm going to get a little bit of tack solution in right on this corner, just to make sure that I have these corners down. There we go. I'm going to come along over here to this side. I'm going to do the exact same thing. Okay, that's good. Now what I'm going to do is, because I have this little bit of film over here that's loose, just going to cut that, pull the film back, get some tack solution in there. And get that all down. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Now, what I want to do is we got to start getting rid of all this excess film. So we're going to start here in the middle. We're going to get rid of this, not this excess film, this excess air, I should say. So I'm going to come over here to the back, lift the film up. Get that down. And that's looking like it's going to want to stay. So that's almost looks like I know what I'm doing here. That's good. Now I'm going to come over here to the front, or to the driver's side, I should say. Lift the film up. Thankfully, I've got long arms, I can do this. There we go. Okay, now I can come over here, this area that I've already squeegeed down, and I can start getting rid of all this solution, start pushing it out the back. I know typically you would always want to push your solutions down. Honestly, with this hood, it just feels better if I do this reverse. Push everything out the back. Just making sure there's no moisture left in that valley. Those valleys are traps for moisture, I should say, not moistures. Just gonna do some insurance passes right now just to make sure there's no solution being left behind. Now I'm just going to run my finger through that valley with some pressure, make sure there's no moisture, and there doesn't appear to be any. So now Tyson. There we go. That's good. That's all down. Now, I'm going to get my tack solution, which is over here. Tyson, if you want to come here, you'll see you got the film bunching up over here. So what I'm going to do right now is just release some of the tension that's right there. Get that film to lay down flat. I don't want that film sticking there. And what I'm going to do is take my knife, cut off some of the excess film here, just like that. You get a little bit of tack solution underneath here. And what I'm going to do now is, you can see that tack solution running down. We want that. Now, I'm going to have my one hand over here. I'm going to keep tension down as I pull all this air out. I'm going to hold it down with my finger, and that's going to keep this film from popping up. Now, I'm just going to come over here, squeegee all this solution down, always overlapping squeegee strokes. I'm going to push all that solution out the side. Meanwhile, I'm still holding tension on the film over here because I don't want that to pop up. I don't think it's going to pop up, but I'm just going to hold it down for now. Now I'm going to let go of it. Moment of truth. Oop. See it's popping up there just a little bit. So I'm just going to get a little bit of tack solution here. Get a little bit underneath there. Hold that down. And there we go. Okay, that worked really, really well. Couldn't ask that to work any better. Now we're gonna do the driver's side. Just gonna get some more slip solution over top of the film. There we go. That's good. I'm gonna come over here to the front. And I'm going to work this solution out. One thing you want to make sure, seeing as I just have slip solution under the film, is when I'm resting my other hand that I'm doing it lightly. I'm not leaving any pressure on there, because with it just being slip solution underneath there, you could all of a sudden cause the film to move and create some issues under the adhesive. So it looks like we have a little bit of a dry spot right over here along that ridge. So what I'm going to do, just with my hand, take my hand, push some moisture over top of it, and get all that out, which is good. Now I'm going to come over here. There we go. I'm going to pull all that moisture out of that valley. So I got a good amount of pressure on that squeegee because I want to make sure I'm getting all of it and that I'm not leaving any behind. And then I'm going to come back in there from a couple different angles and do some insurance passes just to make sure I'm not leaving anything behind, which it doesn't appear that I am. I know this is a little bit backwards from all my previous videos I've done of full hood installs where I'm pulling everything down toward the front. But like I mentioned earlier, given the curvature in the front of the hood in multiple different angles, I think this is just the best method for doing this hood. Okay, now just getting a bunch of slip solution underneath there, just to make sure there's no dry spots. So if you look over here, Tyson, everything's still tacked to the fender, but nothing's tacked to the hood, and that's what we want. So now, same thing, I'm going to take my knife, come over here, cut myself a bit of an access point, and get tack solution in there. This time I'm going to get quite a bit more than I did the first time around. And with that amount of tack solution, I'm going to want to work quick. So just to make sure nothing is popping up anywhere else. Now, same thing. Finger over here, hold the film down. Push all that air and solution out. I'm going to squeegee this back edge down, just like so. I'm going to hold it like there, right there for a little bit. Same thing, overlap squeegee strokes. And I'm going to pull all this solution out the side. Meanwhile, I'm still keeping tension over here on the back because I don't want that to pop up. It very well might, but I want to try and keep that from happening. There. Oh, we're good. Okay, just making sure everything is down. Now if I let go over here, is it gonna pop? Yep, same thing as it did before. Now, I'm just gonna there we go. Okay, that's good. Basically, this entire hood is now installed. Got a little bit over there. Just gotta squeegee out. So pull this corner back. Get a little bit of tack solution in there. Squeegee that down. Okay. One side. I guess the reason that's not going down is because I have it tacked to this side bumper piece, but I'm gonna pull that back, get that down. We'll get a little bit over here as well. So I'm gonna get that all squeegeed down. Now I'm gonna take a rag, I'm gonna go around and dry off the top of the film. Now is a perfect time for me to look to see if I can find any contamination or any issues underneath the film. Now will be the perfect time to get those bits of contamination. I'm not seeing anything, but right now if I were to find a piece of dust or a hair somewhere, I'd be able to pick the film up, get a bunch of solution underneath it, go in, get the hair or dust or whatever contamination it is, and get that out. And I'd be able to lay it down without causing any issues to the hood. So that's going to do it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more.